The hallowed halls of the Royal Courts of Justice in London reverberated with tension on that crisp Tuesday morning, April 8, 2025. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, impeccably dressed in a dark suit, projected an air of steely determination as he entered the courtroom to face his high-stakes legal battle against the British Home Office. At 40, the Duke found himself embroiled in a contentious dispute over the level of security protection afforded to him while in the UK, a privilege he claimed was unjustly revoked after he and Meghan Markle stepped back from royal duties in 2020. This legal challenge wasn't merely a procedural matter. It represented a public airing of grievances and a stark indictment of the institution he once served. Across the city, in the opulent confines of Kensington Palace, a vastly different scene unfolded. Prince William, the Prince of Wales, reportedly seethed with frustration. Sources close to the future king described a man whose patience had been exhausted by what he perceived as Harry's relentless crusade and what William allegedly characterized as Meghan's manipulative theatrics. According to royal insiders, William vehemently rejected the narrative presented by Harry's legal team, insisting that the couple's departure was a calculated move driven by Meghan's ambition, not a forced expulsion by the royal family. The carefully constructed image of victimhood, William believed, was a cynical ploy, a deliberate attempt to rewrite history and cast Meghan as a wrong party. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation as Harry, flanked by his legal team, meticulously reviewed documents and engaged in whispered consultations with his solicitor. His barrister, Shahid Fatima KC, delivered a passionate argument centering on the procedural unfairness and irrationality of the Home Office's decision to downgrade his security status. Fatima skillfully wove a narrative that positioned Harry and Meghan as victims of a system that failed to protect them, ultimately forcing their departure. She highlighted the alleged threats from extremist groups, the reported near-miss with paparazzi in New York City in 2023, and the lack of a formal risk assessment by RAVEC, the Royal and VIP Executive Committee, all painting a picture of vulnerability and neglect. However, William's perspective, as conveyed by those in his circle, painted a drastically different picture. To him, Harry's court appearance was nothing short of a performance, a desperate attempt to garner sympathy and rewrite a narrative he saw as fundamentally flawed. William reportedly believed Meghan was the architect of their departure, a woman whose ambition clashed irreconcilably with the demands of royal life. He viewed Harry's claims as not only an attack on the Home Office but also a personal betrayal, a twisting of the truth designed to cast the royal family in a negative light. The idea that they hadn't provided adequate protection, William reportedly raged to close aides, was rubbish. They had everything, he insisted, and Meghan had thrown it all away. The roots of this bitter feud trace back to January 2020, when Harry and Meghan's announcement to step back from royal duties sent shockwaves through the monarchy. While the couple framed their decision as a quest for independence, a desire to carve out a progressive new role, William reportedly saw it differently. He believed Meghan had grown restless within the constraints of royal life, chafing under the scrutiny and lack of control that came with her title. One source claimed William believed Meghan envisioned a play princess's role, intending to cash out when it suited her, with Harry too besotted to see it. The subsequent decision by RAVEC to downgrade their security, reflecting their new status as private citizens, was to William a logical consequence, not a punishment. In the courtroom, Fatima's argument that Harry had been singled out for unjustified and inferior treatment drew murmurs from the packed gallery. She emphasized Harry's unique position, fifth in line to the throne, a decorated veteran, and a high-profile target, arguing he warranted the same automatic protection afforded to other senior royals. The contrast between the brothers was stark. Harry, ensconced in legal wrangling, appeared isolated, fighting a battle many believed he couldn't win. William, silently fulfilling his royal duties, privately vented his frustration, seeing Harry's actions as a betrayal of the family. Even King Charles III, reportedly on a state visit to Italy, remained largely silent, though sources suggested he shared William's disbelief in Harry's claims. As the second day of the hearing dawned on April 9th, Harry returned to court, his expression resolute despite the uphill battle. The proceedings, overseen by Sir Geoffrey Vose, Lord Justice Bean, and Lord Justice Eddies occasionally veered into private sessions, shielding sensitive security details from public view. Outside, the press swarmed, eager for any glimpse of the Duke, once a beloved figure, now seemingly estranged from much of his family. William, maintaining a public silence, privately simmered, his anger reportedly reaching a boiling point as the case continued. The stakes were undeniably high, not just for Harry's security arrangements, but for the future of the already fractured royal family. As the court deliberated, the brothers remained worlds apart, their once close relationship seemingly beyond repair.